Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 54 of the Glory Days podcast. We are back. I wish we weren't, to be honest.
I'm back. Yay.
Oh, yeah, Will's back this episode. Yay, great. Fantastic. If there's one thing that's not back, it is Prime Glory, as we saw.
We've gone back to default settings.
Let's go. Come on. Well in.
Lovely.
In all seriousness, a bit of a somber attitude surrounding the club. We have just been battered 4-0 away from home by Adelaide on the tour of duty. We saw 150 Perth Glory fans making the trip over, spending thousands of dollars to go to Cooper Stadium and watch us get
I was thinking
absolutely arse-ended.
Thank God I didn't.
Thank God you didn't.
Thank the Lord I can't afford it.
I was very much campaigning for us all to go.
Yes,
and when no one agreed with me, I was like,
it's not that we didn't
listening to your advice again.
It's
Nostradamus, we saw into the future.
It's not that we didn't agree. It's that Josh has got a trip to Europe coming up. James has just finished uni.
I'm still doing uni.
I am broke, and you have money, but you're very irresponsible with your spending by the fact that you wanted to go to Adelaide.
Oh,
and also
Shakes
like
William.
as Ryan Reynolds says, running Wrexham, running this podcast isn't cheap. So
No.
right.
I think I heard that from Spencer FC as well about running hashtag.
So round 18, Adelaide.
I tell you what is also running my head into the ground after that performance yesterday.
Well, that was So as I was sort of saying off air, you could probably replay an episode of ours from last season, and it would be probably no different to what we're going to talk about.
Okay, boys, I'm going to be completely honest.
No.
I only watched the first 65 minutes and I turned my TV off.
That's valid. That's valid.
I did watch. And then I opened my phone and see they scored another goal.
You couldn't stay 2 more minutes though?
Huh?
You couldn't stay 2 more minutes?
Shut the fuck up, Alex, man. Jesus, man. Okay.
God.
6, 7.
I'm surprised you didn't turn it off after the third goal, because it was like, 2 minutes into the second half?
Yeah. That was great.
Yeah. Okay. So, our viewers had some thoughts, particularly a certain one on Twitter. He had quite a few thoughts, but we'll get to him. So we'll start with Instagram.
Also, can we remember to put the Instagram comments up on the screen today? Because I noticed that we didn't do that last
Yeah,
week.
come on,
Yeah, okay.
James,
you barely do anything.
Sorry.
Right? If you can just remember to do the Instagram
I
comments.
remember. I'm deeply, deeply sorry, Will. Tough life.
love for
All
Instagram
things
bro.
Perth Glory.
Huh? Oh, hey, buddy.
Predictable passing, lazy defending, and mindless attacking. Some players are too comfortable with their spot in the starting 11. Finals seem gone, so change it till it sticks.
When's this guy coming on the pod, by the way?
By popular demand, everyone in the live chat
we've invited
now.
him before, so... Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to see All Things Perth Glory on the podcast, then...
Campaign for it. Hashtag we want All Things Perth Glory.
Spam him on all of his socials. I think he'll love that if you just...
I'll take a week off, guys. If it means he gets to I'll take a week off.
Why do you get to take a week off? You get to take
Another one.
want to.
Another one.
I don't want to be here.
Simon. Yeah.
Hi, Simon.
So that was actually bad this week.
Oh, hello, Will. Yeah.
Wendy, the team needs more guts.
Wait, this week? What about the past 3 weeks?
They've all been pretty shit. Simon Wadsey said, last season we finished last with 4 wins, 17 losses and 17 points. So far we are on 6 wins and 10 losses and 20 points. If Griffo can get more wins, I don't think Glory will renew him and finals is all but over for us.
If Griffo can get... I think if
Griffo
can't get more...
Okay.
I think this is enough.
This
is enough to say he shouldn't be renewed now. I think,
Well,
in my opinion.
we'll get to that.
Yeah.
Keep the gunpowder dry. Chris Ingham, he said, no polish. Shamoon has no end product, poor decision making going forward. Griffo needs to start Collar and Penno back in the middle to replace Diabru or Freeney.
Yep.
It would have been nice to have had Amos available. If Taggart doesn't train, he doesn't play. Time for Suleimani to be given a good run.
Does he know about about Amos?
I hope so.
Amos' blood is gone.
He's gone. Rob Burnett, he said, players need to be held accountable. Goals were avoidable like last week, giving the ball away in stupid areas. Brad, he said, this sucked. Massive prop to the travelling fans. Luca and Gio were okay. Alex ripping his hair out with no Suleimani selected.
I need to...
He actually did say this, off air just before. He was like, I can't believe Suleimani wasn't selected.
No, but why wasn't he?
No, I completely agree. I completely agree. Let's take the son of our former coach instead of a proven A-League striker.
You want to know the worst part? Is that G-Train was genuinely one of our better players after he came on, just because his physical presence won him a lot of fouls.
He did more.
Yeah.
That was the thing, yeah.
We lacked so much energy in that front line. Suleimani has shown, at least for one thing, that maybe he lacks a bit in terms of clinicality, but he gives good energy and he gives
100%.
good sort of effort.
Yeah.
And that's what we lacked. And we had none of that coming off the bench because, you know, while Gabby is a really good sort of tall knockdown striker, he's not that sort of guy that's going to be running all over the pitch trying to make something happen, trying to press his ass off. Arion is that guy.
How's he not even getting like appearances on the bench? Because what's he done wrong? Like?
That's what I'm concerned about. I genuinely want to know what Griffo's argument is for bringing certain players into the squad and not selecting certain players.
We know what it is. It's their effort in training. According to him, that's what he does it on.
Well, then Steph Kolikovsky must be showing up half an hour late to every session and fucking piss farting around the entire time.
Which we know for a fact he probably isn't.
Goal involvements in 3 games, and he got 25 minutes.
Yeah, we'll get onto this because I have a theory.
Onto Twitter now. Nick, Adam Griffiths is a social experiment.
This club.
I think this club more broadly. Tom, I actually think I blame the players more than Griffo. So many missed passes, zero intensity, and stupid mistakes all round. It's painful to watch. We need to recruit better. I think Stan needs to be held accountable more than anyone else.
I actually wanted to touch on this quick, by the way, because this is something that I've been seeing a lot on social media this morning. The talk about Stan being particularly one to blame for this squad. Do we think that this is a squad quality problem, or do we just think that this is a good squad that doesn't have a manager that is sort of playing to the strengths of the squad?
We've said this like a million times. This is a top 4 squad.
Yeah,
exactly.
I'd say
not the squad.
In terms of personnel, I think Stan has done phenomenally.
But right now, I'd say like in terms of blame, it's probably 60-40 on Griffo. Because I think the players have dropped their levels and they themselves have not taken opportunities when it is there. I'm not saying that they're not to blame. I think it's too reductive to say it's only one problem.
We can say a number of things about Stan right now, but I really don't think it would be fair to say that he's done poor with the squad. He can't control the injuries. He can't control the manager picking players and stuff. His job is to give the manager a pool of players and the team around them to a good enough team to win with. And I think we've said it multiple times. Stan has done that.
But where we can blame Stan, though, is for not sacking Driller far earlier.
Oh, yeah, so that's about squad building.
But we're past that.
We're past that, but we're now, it's like a delayed effect.
But we can also blame Stan for saying we're looking for a top-class manager and then hiring the assistant.
But that's the thing. It's like we were relying on, at the time, Griff to pull off a Hail Mary, which he was kind of doing, but now...
New manager bounce.
Not only have we plateaued, we've now started to stagnate. So
I think Stan has a lot that he has learned over the past year in terms of squad building for players. Yes. What I think he needs to learn this off-season is
we've got to be more
foresight.
ruthless.
He needs to have better foresight because we've seen this in sort of the risks he took with squad building last season, bringing in foreign players that couldn't speak English in Kaisedo and Kanga, entrusting Japanese agents with the likes of Aoyama, Misao, who was good, Okamoto, who was okay.
In particular.
But really putting a lot of faith in agents.
More so than actual
analytics.
Yeah,
and I know that there isn't particularly anyone that we know of, at least, that works, full-time in the Glory Scouting department outside of, the director of football and the staff around him. But
we don't know what the process is.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's hard for us to sort of put blame on anyone when we don't know the process ourselves. But what we can say is that Stan this off-season has utilised a lot of key tools in terms of building a promising squad. He rated Western United for arguably 4 of their best players, if not their 4 best players, in Kaczarski, Sutton, Bozanovski, and Shamoon.
Yep.
He's brought in, or at least encouraged a lot of these younger players to come through, the likes of Freeney, Dibreu, Pearman last season as well. And on top of that, I think he has done really well with getting in guys like Kaltak and Wooten especially, who was able to then go out and help influence guys like Tom Lawrence to join the club. Possibly influence guys like Sam Sutton to join the club with him, but possibly influence other guys in the future to come over and join the club. And that's where I think Stan's got a lot of it right. What I don't think he got right is his foresight in terms of what managers need, in terms of the kind of players they need, in terms of managerial systems. I don't think he did his due diligence in terms of looking at the squad.
Who do we blame the injuries on if it's not Stan?
I'm not saying Stan is to blame for the injuries. I'm not saying anyone in particular is to blame for the injuries. What I am saying is that I think Stan needed to do more due diligence on the squad and should have picked a manager based on the players that we had.
So what's the identity of the football club?
No, but
that should be the clear question, because I don't think we actually have a philosophy.
It should be.
Or an identity.
It should be, but I'm saying that when we selected Griffo, I don't think we did enough due diligence as to what Griffo actually wanted for his style of play. Because
hold on a minute. We only had... Wait, what do you mean?
Well, because when we picked Griffo, okay, we didn't go for a manager that would have made the best use out of these players, okay? We saw it very early on, but Josh, you made a really good point about this like a month or two ago when we started losing games off the back of that really good run of form, and it's that teams started to figure us out. And with Griffo, we've seen that he has the same problems with stubbornness that we saw under Stan. He has the same problems with stubbornness that we saw under Driller.
Yeah.
We needed someone that was going to be adaptable, someone that was going to be willing to change and experiment around the players we had.
That's on the fucking board for not getting in a better coach.
No, I agree with that, but I'm saying that that's where Stan went wrong. I don't think Stan thought enough about the players we had. I think he thought about getting us a manager that knows the club and loves the club, but didn't think about...
No, I disagree. I think think the only reason Griff got this job is because of that strong start. I don't think he hired Griff at all because of his links with the club. I think he tried to get someone and no one took the job, so he had to give it to Griff because no one else wanted it.
That was the thing because Griff was...
And at the time, all the fans wanted Griff as well.
Yeah,
so
Griff was brought in at the beginning of this pre-season as insurance.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, I was saying something similar to Josh. When we first got Griff, we had those first couple of wins.
Yeah.
There's a clip of me that did fairly well on our socials, and I was saying it feels like we can compete with anyone.
Yep.
But he needs to be able to stay adaptable because that's the sign of a good coach. And we need to see more of him changing things up to suit how the game is being played. And that was the real test. We've now seen through the last month or even 2 months of football, he either isn't capable of changing up things in order to adapt to what the game is currently, or he just doesn't want to.
He's taken us as far as his ideas allow.
That's fair. But I think you're right. The big thing it's so obvious to see is that the A-League has now figured us out.
Yeah.
So this is when you go, right, let's change it up a bit so that way we can keep them guessing, but we just don't.
It is a shame as well because in terms of defensive coaches and, coaches of defensive structure, I easily think he's one of the best in Australia.
100%.
But as an overall coach in terms of
that
fluency...
4-0 loss really showed that.
No, come on. That's been an outlier ever since Griff joined
kidding.
the club.
No, it hasn't. It hasn't. Not in terms of...
scoreline. In terms of scoreline, that's been an outlier.
Because if we hadn't brought in Griff, do you think we'd really have prime Brian Kaltak and prime...
Right. I wouldn't say this is prime Wooten and prime Brian Kaltak, but I would say
they were putting in an environment that platformed them better than what Driller was doing.
Griff has done tremendous work in terms of improving our defensive solidarity. What I do think has been the issue, though, is the fact that going forward, we're not very strong. Our pressing in particular is not very strong. We're a man down in the midfield, and because of that, we look weak in defense because of how little we have the ball.
And we've been getting bailed out because, as I mentioned last week, the underlying numbers had been trending for some time that the opposition were creating more than we were. So a result like we had initially against Newcastle and then recently against Adelaide was always on the cards.
I thought, especially in that Adelaide game, we had a lot of opportunities going forward. It's just I'm sorry, but Charbel, some sloppy, passes and just defensively as well, he was just sloppy. It just frustrated me so much.
Where I'll give Griff a bit of credence is where has the decision-making been from the forwards been pretty much all season. Like in this game, I thought our decision-making in and around the box and our execution was crap.
Awful.
So, yeah. Oscar Bergenson, he said, what even is there to say about that?
Yeah.
James Merrin,
we're trying to figure that out right now.
No fight, no hunger, no desire to do anything, get the ball and kick it long and hope for the best doesn't work. Yes, the pressure is on Griffo, but these players need to be looked at heavily after tonight. They were so flat, had no hunger. Performance was sadly disgraceful.
Yeah.
Average. I was a little iffy at first with Adam Griffiths. Safe to say that he will not join next year. We need a full rebuild because what the fuck are we doing? The fullbacks don't know whether to attack or defend. The centre-backs love passing it back rather than forward. Okay.
Competent.
Lachlan. Griff has no clue about the squad. Starting Osler showed. Maybe Birras should get a start. Sutton was shite. Shamoon finds a lot of space but is shite with it. Tags missed from the 6-yard box. Again, he's shite. Penno, the only one with some intensity and played well. Start him in the midfield.
Okay, what did Sutton do wrong? Is he referring to...
Matt.
Yeah, what did he do wrong?
I think for 3 of the goals.
Pop it on wrists.
Yeah, pretty poor.
He gets a hand to 3 of those 4 goals and just isn't able to push them away. What's the point of having good positioning if you can't push the ball for... I get they were very powerful shots, but I've seen multiple keepers, 7-ish beers, will get a hand to that and he'll have a strong enough wrist to push it up.
And also for the standards that Suts had been setting prior.
Correct.
With his
yes, for his standard, it was poor.
I think he just had a bad game, to be honest.
And that's okay. Everyone did.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Oh for fuck's sake.
Christos.
Oh, here we go. Okay. This keeper, Matt Sutton, is for the fucking bin. Please don't tell me ever again he is a good goalkeeper. Bring in Birras now.
If we bring in Birras now and he cooks, I'm leaving this fucking podcast, right? I've had enough.
He's going to be tagging you personally at this rate, bro.
I don't want to be awful, but it might have been more than 4 if Birras was in goal. Because I don't think Birras even gets into the right position to make a touch on the ball. That's alone. Fair. Because this is purely going off of what I've seen the last year from him. If you can't play in the division below or 2 divisions below and save shots like that, you're not going to come to the A-League and do any better.
No.
And then we saw against Milan, that was something.
Daniel Fieldgate's got a verified tick now. That's
he does, yeah. No,
Daniel.
No rest defense equals every turnover is a transition against us. Completely agree. Slow, predictable build-up makes us easy to press. No clear pressing structure ourselves so teams play through us, and no in-game adjustment when it's failing. That's not form. That's a tactical identity crisis. #Lionman out.
Yeah, where's Bielsa, bro?
I can do that rant later if you want. Luke, higher-ups at the club must ignore their egos and bring in Graham Arnold or Patrick Kisnorbo.
I'm all for Graham Arnold.
Well, obviously. The only one who isn't in...
I love Edge Postecoglou.
No. The only one in the Perth Glory fandom that is against Graham Arnold is this guy. Because every time anyone says anything about it, he goes, "Oh, it's been a while. It's Graham Arnold, bro. Who cares how much the league has changed?
Arguably up there with the greatest A-League managers
Bro, you
of
got
all time.
fucking Kyrgyzstan into the World Cup.
Him and Ange
You're right.
are the top 2 most accredited managers in Australia.
What brand of football do you think Arnie's going to bring to glory?
Better than whatever the hell this is. Like, who cares?
There will be a point where we're shitting it and
Here's the thing,
hating
though,
it, I
right?
guarantee it.
I think it's very evident at the Glory that we need someone who's going to be willing to get involved at all levels. And if there's ever been a coach that has done that in A-League history, it has been Graham Arnold.
He needs to be able to walk up
Let's
to the
not
players
forget,
and go,
this is a guy that has coached youth teams for the Socceroos. He's coached the senior team for the Socceroos. He was Sydney FC's best coach ever. And in my opinion, throughout his tenure, the greatest A-League coach of all time.
This guy's a proven coach who gets the best out of any team.
But if there's an opportunity to get him, of course you've got to ask the question for him and hope that he says yes, because why would we say no if there's an opportunity to go and get him? But my broader argument would be that at the end of the season we should have done what we should have done.
Giving someone a full preseason.
Well, no, actually do a proper process and give the new manager as clean a slate as possible, rather than going, well, you're going to have to accept our terms, thinking that we're like the Real Madrid of the A-League, and they've gone, no chance.
But that's the problem, and we can get onto that later if you want to. I genuinely think people in the board think that we are the Real Madrid of the A-League.
Yeah.
And I don't quite know how you get to that. I get we're arguably the most historical club in terms of how long we've been around, how successful we were before the A-League became what it is today. But there genuinely seems to be this kind of feeling of smugness from those who are in the board of that we are somehow this prized possession that everyone wants to be a part of. No one wants to be here over Melbourne Victory and Sydney FC.
You're going to have to bend over backwards to get in one of those kinds of coaches.
If you think anyone of a decent brain is going to get 3 offers, right? Sydney FC, Melbourne Victory, Perth Glory. Perth is at the bottom of those 3. The only way we can get any possible thing above them is if we would pay them more than the other 2 offering, or we offer them some kind of what we did with, what was it? Was it Beck's?
We
offered Beckham a free penthouse at the Crown. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Give him a house.
We offered him David Beckham. We did, What
did we offer Ibra for the 6-game contract? Was it $1 million or something?
Something like that, yeah. But you know what I mean? We're not the top dog anymore. So you need to be able to kind of push your ego down a bit and go and grovel a little bit.
And it's but also if you're concerned about the abrasiveness of the personality of some of these managers, then and you're scared that they're going to tell you what to do.
Boo-hoo.
Then you've got to get over it.
Get
over it.
This is why they hired Griffo, because he's a one-word phenomenon.
I've been in football management for 2 years, but I don't like taking advice from this guy who's been in it for 20.
Yeah, if that's genuinely a reason why we're not hiring...
You're not Perth Glorg.
If we're not hiring a genuine competent manager because they're worried he might be a bit too harsh on the board and maybe he'll yell at Stan.
That was part of the reason why we didn't hire PK. Because there was concerns over his abrasiveness and intensity.
And also, if we were playing the way we did, I don't think we'd be as harsh if we did have Graham Arnold as a coach.
You know that video of bro, you ended your sentence, bro. You ended your sentence.
Yeah, but he had a point. It was a question. A question to the board.
Say it
again. It was like a statement that required responses.
I was saying, if we were playing the exact way we're playing now and we had Graham Arnold as a coach, we wouldn't be questioning him being a good coach.
No, but the thing is, right, is...
Oh, God.
James, you're not cool, bro. Like,
I'm not asking that. I'm just saying I'm a stubborn
Mr. Controversial over here.
oh, I think Graham Arnold actually might not be a good coach, and here's why.
I know there will be a
I think
point
Luis
that Alex will
Enrique
be
is
tearing
better.
his hair out going, fucking Arnold and his fucking brand of football. I can't stand it.
Oh, you're
There
such
will
a
be
casual
point.
because you like Graham Arnold. You should watch this Swedish team from the 3rd division and see the manager, what he's doing with their squad. Absolutely sublime.
I'm at the point now where I give Graham Arnold a 3-year deal, and
Obviously.
I give him a lifetime contract, but I'd give him shares in the club. I'd give him a house.
Ethan, he said, wooden spoon again, ole. Daniel, with finals out of the picture now, would like to see squad players given an extended run as the current bench aren't doing the job. Ross and Stan need to decide in what direction they want to take the club, as we clearly lack an identity.
You start Soleimani next game.
No, I have a very... I'm going to not completely abolish someone here, but there was one particular player who doesn't normally get game time who played yesterday and I thought was absolutely woeful. And you're going to hate it.
You're not
Pennington.
talking. You're not talking about
Gabby?
And I know who he's talking about, and I don't agree personally.
He was awful.
I don't.
Wait, hang on. I just said Pennington.
Andriano?
Mm-hmm.
No.
I'm on Will's team here.
No.
And I'm not saying it's his fault. He didn't get any game time, so it's not like he's coming into the squad fresh.
Yeah.
But oh my gosh, wow! I
personally disagree.
Well, I'll explain my point later, but there was a few things where I'm like, that's just awful defending. Like, that's just not how you defend at all.
As a starting point, again, we've got to caveat that this is his first game.
Yes, of course.
And I'm not disagreeing or denying your
Yes.
point. It's just like we're obviously acknowledging that this is his first game.
Yeah, it's
in a
not
fair
his
bit.
fault, but also...
It's a product of environment.
But this is what happens when you don't play a young talent.
Yep.
So that doesn't have the experience.
Or
he makes mistakes because he's so desperate to get in the ball.
Well, he hasn't been playing in like MPL, for example.
No, that's not his fault.
Guys, hear me out. We bring in David Zrillik as an assistant coach.
And then we fire Griff, and then Dave takes over as interim.
Yes!
Red Bull.
Red Bull.
Alistair Sharp, he said, genuinely shite. No one played well. Griff has lost the plot and has for many weeks. Has to change the lineup for the rest of the season. Also, Taggart and Osler, if I speak, I will be in big trouble.
Maybe I'm Adam Griffiths.
Not that Trent.
No, I'm Adam Griffiths. No, I'm Adam Griffiths.
Okay, Christos, I know.
Oh, Christos again.
I know for a fact
Hi, buddy.
he's fucking stolen this comment from someone because I saw this on the timeline before.
Okay, sorry. I just want to go back to that previous comment.
Yes.
How the fuck is Trent Osler still getting starts when
As a winger.
when
got
Kolakovsky's
yikes.
getting benched and he's got 3 goal involvements in 3 games and Osler's been subbed at like half time the past 3 games and previously 30 minutes in. He's been absolutely panned.
It's almost like we've all been saying Trent is not an attacking player, and then Griff takes 30 minutes to realise, oh shit, he's not an attacking player.
Oh yeah, watch this. Subs him out.
But you can judge players on how they train, but like what happened to at the end of the day how they play at the game, and you know.
But this is the thing.
Here's the thing: it's like it's all well and good training well. How about we play well?
But just as a quick point on that, how humiliating must it be for Trent to get yanked after half an hour?
I feel awful for him.
It isn't his fault that he's being played out of
his
position.
fault, but it's again this fucking guy that I just don't understand.
It's Luca's birthday.
Look at the yeah.
Happy birthday.
He did win man of the match, by the way.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Oh, good for
Well,
him.
we'll mention it later, but
it was Brad's birthday yesterday.
Happy birthday.
Okay. Well, happy birthday to Brad Freeney. And happy birthday to Luca DeVere. 24, Luca.
Christos.
Yeah, just turned 24 today.
Are we ready? Here we go.
24th.
Could be your son, Alex.
Christos, we're going to have a comment limit on you.
Hold on. Josh just said about Luca Tavir, he could be your son. Fuck you, bro. Aren't you older than me?
No, Josh is the youngest.
I know you're older than me.
Christos.
Oh, barely.
Sutton needs to spend some time in the gym. Arms like lettuce leaves.
Yeah, no, that's fair though.
Jesus.
That's fair.
Ryan Kianpour. The Lion needs to be put down. What is Graham Arnold doing these days?
Oh, wow, we should have read that comment first.
Pockle. Oh, here we go.
Yes, Pockle. Hello.
Hold on.
What?
Just read it.
Absolutely superb and fantastic performance from the boys tonight! ! Pennington and Collar, amazing in the first 20 minutes of the game.
Amazing, he said.
Lawrence, incredible as always. Taggart really did some damage to them past the 55th minute. Caltac has to be my man of the match.
That's a good shit post.
I love
Buckle. Can you come on the pod and just shit post for an episode?
And lastly, from Jordan, he said, I flew all the way to Adelaide to see us lose 4-0.
yeah.
My first away trip absolutely ruined. Griffiths picks the worst lineup possible each week. It feels like he wants us to fail.
Agent Griffith.
Every away fan should get their ticket refunded.
Absolutely.
100%.
Fucking oath.
100%.
But it wouldn't be refunded. It would just be the general cost because they bought it through Adelaide's website, right? It's not like Perth can refund tickets.
I would be giving them each a gift voucher.
A $10 member voucher.
A free ticket to the next game.
Would you want to go?
Yeah.
No.
It's Melbourne City.
$50 gift voucher for club merch.
All right.
Here's a free Daniel Sturridge shirt.
Or pay for their flights home. I don't know. Or like reimburse.
Oh,
the flights.
brother,
Something.
we can barely afford the fucking lawnmowers at Mirrabooka.
So-
And you want them to pay for flights
Yeah,
back from
that's
Adelaide.
fair.
Can we get some initial thoughts on the game?
No.
Starting with Will. Yeah.
I'm really glad that I just watched the replay. Like
Fair.
I was listening to
You're a
it.
fake fan.
No,
Sorry, what?
no.
I thought you were going to say something else.
I thought so as well.
I listened to like the first 20 minutes while I was driving on the radio.
Yep.
So I was there for the Adelaide free kick. I didn't know how it went in, but it was a very good strike. To be fair, we'll get to that. But
Yeah.
look, it was about I kind of wasted my time watching the replay because I kind of already knew what was going to be.
You've seen this shit show way too many times.
Yeah, like it was genuinely there was no real positives. To be honest, I can't really think of many things where I'm like, oh, that's cool. Like Luke has been good. Like he's a proven already to me a proven A-League player. Like he could slot into I think any A-League club as a rotational or a starter. Like he seems good. So that's a positive that we signed someone on a cheap deal that's actually competent and arguably better than at least 5 of the other players already had at the club. But apart from that, like what is there to say really? I just felt awful for the travelling fans. Like after that second goal popped in and he's going over and giving it the big uns to Will Evans. Like
That was like,
it's like really? Like okay.
I really like Johnny Yule as well. I didn't like that.
Well, of course you don't. You're not supposed to. You're a Glory fan. I thought it was funny, but like it was.
It is, but I'd feel so shit if that was
mate.
me there, bro.
Yeah, I can
feel
just
so
imagine.
shit.
I can imagine Niche man just going, just staring blankly.
The Kevin
forward.
Durant meme.
Yeah, literally just the.
Alex, thoughts on the game?
Oh, that was painful, man. I have said this before the pod.
Yes,
I will say this again.
Say it,
and
yeah.
the people at home, you can agree with me or disagree with me. I don't really care.
Fair enough.
In the past 2 seasons, as in this season since the start and the entirety
Driller
of last season,
Yeah.
this is possibly the equal worst or possibly second worst. I don't think the worst, but I'd say maybe the equal worst loss we've had since the 6-1 against MacArthur opening round last season. Those 2 games have done the most irreversible damage for my love for the game and for my love for the club. And look, I love this club. It's really difficult to sometimes though, and yesterday was a perfect example of that. I think Will covered it really well. The only bright spark we had that entire game was Luca Tavia. Credit to him. Happy birthday once again. This guy has to be someone that we hopefully extend at the end of the season along with Collar. But that was just a shambles, bro. Everyone from top to bottom just was not hitting their marks. Sam Sutton I thought was all right. Josh, piss off.
All right, Socrates, move on.
Shut up. Sam Sutton I thought was all right. I think his rating will get knocked because we conceded 4, which is like fair
Standard.
enough.
Well, duh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In terms of that, I thought Collar was okay. I thought G. Popovich probably had his best ever career game.
Hey, credit to him. We've given him a fair bit of shit, but it was, good to see him perform.
I mean, he couldn't do much worse.
I know.
So
But, try and be.
Once again, there's a lot of players that played well that will get their ratings knocked because we lost 4-0, which is like fair enough.
yeah,
but
that's how ratings work.
I know.
Yeah.
I do feel bad for guys like G-Train, like Luca Devere, like Sutton, because I thought they actually played quite
Which Sutton?
Sam Sutton.
Okay.
Because I thought they actually played quite well, but they'll
Yeah.
get their ratings knocked because of how bad the team played overall.
Yeah, I mean, this is also. Sorry to talk again, but I actually hate when we lose this bad. Not necessarily even because the fact that we lost.
Because we have to knock the players.
That's my
I hate
point.
it.
I hate doing this because then we go to like the members lounge after a game if we win or draw, whatever, at a home game, And I just feel kind of awkward.
Yeah.
Because I'm talking to all these players. I have nothing against these players. If they played shit, I can't say that they played well. I can't lie.
Yeah.
But it's nothing against them. You know what I mean? It's like, I still want to, I still like you, but you just didn't play very well.
Yeah.
So when Sammy or Matty or whatever comes up and says, hey, how you going? I'm like, hey, bud. I hope you didn't hear what I said last week.
But we're there to give on this pod. We're there to give our take on the game.
We're here to give a voice to the voiceless.
For everyone.
No, but it's like if you play well, you will get praise. If you play like shit,
you will not get praise.
Yeah, do you guys understand what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying because it is awkward in that we do know who the players are and they know who we are, and we do. Yeah, but it's. Look, I thought it was an embarrassing.
Yeah, they do. We're big time now.
No, I thought
Stan Lazaridis.
I thought this was. I thought this was an embarrassing performance. No shit. But yeah, it was dreadful. And again, it's a shame that for another tour of duty, we shit the bed and have another terrible performance. The last few tour of duties, I was saying off camera. Obviously, the 4-0 to Adelaide, 3-1 against Western last season, and then 8-0 to Melbourne City the previous season. So it's like. I don't know what the story is, but I think it just probably proves that we need to get a hold of things, and probably some questions need to be asked from top to bottom to a fairly large degree of, is this squad actually good enough? Because I know we've got, just quick, because I know that we have had injuries, but it's like, as I said last week, they've had multiple opportunities to perform and to show that they are ready for the finals and they are ready for a push. But they had an opportunity against Adelaide to try and show, the Newcastle game was a blip, but instead we just saw more of the same.
It was worse.
It was even worse. So,
that's the scary part.
But again, the players, look, they can tell us, we know what a good dressing room looks like. We believe we can make the finals, but it's like on the pitch, your actions speak a lot louder.
You got absolutely bummed.
So, yeah. Josh, thoughts on Josh?
I think it really, really showed having no Brian Kaltak how much he carries our defence.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, this is not a dig at anyone, but I just feel like Brian and Wooten together just work so well.
Yeah.
And like, if you take Brian out of that equation, then fuck.
Brian is by far our most key defender.
Oh, 100%. As I said earlier, I thought Shamoon he hasn't been great the past 4 days.
He kind of looks stuck in limbo, hey? Like he doesn't know whether to go up or down. Like he doesn't know whether he's attacking the fullback or a defensive fullback.
Exactly.
The thing is...
Okay, I'm still fucking talking, Alex.
See, Alex, what I did there, right, is I didn't cut Josh off. I was agreeing with his statement and letting him continue, not making my own point. It's called a conversation, right? Anyway, continue. Yes.
Sorry, Alex. I was a bit
No, that's fair because I was agreeing with you and letting you continue. He just tried to cut you off and make a whole new thing. So you stay down there. Off you go.
I know Josh Risdon is still fit, so maybe...
Yeah, not getting selected at all.
It's actually true. No, you make a very good point. And he's clear from suspension now too because of that yellow card.
Lion man,
and we can have a little bit of competition for some places, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like what I was saying earlier, like... he's judging these players on how they train, but you got to, at the end of the day, judge them how they play. And
it shouldn't give you immunity when you then play like shit.
I actually thought our 2 midfielders, Debray and Will, did quite well. Like
they were just overrun, yeah?
They were just overrun. We could have easily... It's the same story. We could have easily scored 3 or 4 goals.
Could we?
Yes.
I disagree.
You disagree?
We could have been 1-1, that's for sure.
I think that was...
totally
we could have
changed
scored
the
at
game.
least 2.
That's fair. I think there were 2 really good chances that we could have put away.
But
there were so many times where, like, especially Shamoon, he got forward.
But so Shamoon got forward, but this is the thing.
Oh my God.
We know that...
Bro, I went to go look under the table and he's just staring at me. He's just going... Right? No, that was scary.
But this is the thing though, right?
Yeah.
So we've established that Sam Sutton is our best attacking fullback.
Yes.
Yet Shabel Shamoon is far more involved in the attack. So explain that to me, that you're not wanting your most attacking fullback.
The point I was going to make is that I think Charbel looks like he's stuck in limbo because we always have that player off of the left-hand side cutting in, right? I think Charbel's being told to get forward, but he's having a right-footed player on his wing that is also being told to stay relatively out wide. So what space does he have to move into apart from cutting inside, which is something that he doesn't do off of the right? He's done it off of the left when he was at Western. He played inverted off of the left-hand side there, and it worked quite well. He doesn't do it off of the right wing. He's not, or off of the right side. He's never done it off of the right side. So why are we expecting him to just pick that up all of a sudden?
Be nice if Sutton could go forward a bit more. Maybe Shamoon can sit a bit back.
No, because I agree. But the thing is that Sammy does, but then he doesn't get rewarded for those runs. Then he stops.
Yes.
The amount of times we watch him make those brilliant runs in behind. He doesn't get the deliveries. Like, then he stops because I'm not going to get the ball.
This is why you need midfielders that are more comfortable with hitting those passes. Because I liked what I was seeing from Will Franey last week in that he was actually attempting those balls over the top. But I think you need someone next to him who's more proficient in that. That's going to look for that every single
Will
fucking time.
was taking too long to figure out if I play that pass or not. Because it's like the amount of time. Because it's like
something new to his game.
I know, but it's like but it's like the amount of times that Sam Sutton was making those runs in behind.
Yeah.
If you see it, you've got to play it. A good example of difference was Adelaide. If they had a player that was available in midfield, bang, straight away, switch in the middle. They wouldn't think twice about it.
Yeah,
and it's like, it's unfair on Will because
I was
he's
gonna say,
the only one that can do it in the midfield.
I don't think Will's.
It's not really his game.
No, it's not necessarily even his game. I think he's trying to follow the tactical input. And if that's not what the tactic is to do, he's not going to do it. But then he's like, well, that looks like such an obvious thing to do. So I want to do that, but I'm not supposed to do that. And then he gets caught in two minds and he doesn't know what to do with the ball.
It's a product of our structure just going to shit.
The fact that he is trying it now is a positive sign. I just think he needs to be given a bit more freedom actually playing the ball forward because we're very, very static once the ball gets in the middle of the park.
Because he's such a good box-to-box. Like he needs more freedom to roam around the park and do what he needs to do.
But defensively as well, he's the best defensive midfielder we have at the club. Even with when Bozza was here, I still think Will's easily the best defensive midfielder.
Will was involved in more defensive actions per game than Bozza.
Yeah, Will's fantastic 100%. Defensively, but he can also play a really good pass.
Yeah, he's getting better in the actual forward aspect.
He needs to be able to run up and down instead of being stuck in the middle doing the dirty work. He needs to be able to do more both sides of the field.
Yeah, exactly. Because he's very both-sided as well. He's two-footed.
4-3-3.
We have said this.
Look, we've said it. I completely agree. We need a three-man midfield because we just get overrun every single game.
Yeah.
Because it's so obvious because every manager knows as long as you play a three-man, you win. End of the game. That's it.
But even, again, it's just like, I said it last week, I loved watching Newcastle play, but I loved watching Adelaide play again. It's like...
Yeah, they were very good. The
football that they were playing, and it's like our pressing shape as well just got carved apart. And the amount of space, it's like if you're going to press, it's an all or nothing action. But it was like watching Driller Ball pressing from last season where there was huge amounts of space and we didn't get our distances right at all, which allowed Adelaide to get their combinations and go in the middle.
Envy so much what Adelaide have right now.
Yeah.
They're not the best team in the league, but geez, Coopers is just a place to be right now. And their kind of football they were playing, it was like Kenny Lowe prime.
So and
like just smack it in hit.
And they do it so well with nothing.
Smash and grab.
So what does Griff need?
Kenny Lowe.
A better Bray.
I feel like that's a bit unfair because
why?
Yes, they don't spend much on their players, but I feel like Adelaide have a very, very good youth system. I'm not saying there's something wrong with our youth players. I just feel like they're very well set up.
Well, you look at the fact that they have Andrioli as coach as well. Like a guy who has built his career off of being a competent coach, especially with youth players.
But I also think Adelaide and Perth are in such a similar position in terms of like they're the only team in their current
One club city.
One club city.
Similar stadium.
Similar. They're very similar to Perth in so many ways in terms of how they go about with their culture, their style of how they want to play, how it's them versus the rest of the country.
Yes.
They're very similar styles of everything in terms of their identity. And what I watched last night was what I used to go to HBF Park expecting.
I think we've seen a complete shift in the past maybe 5-10 years, or at least since COVID.
Since COVID.
Yeah, since then, I feel like Glory have become more of like because I completely agree. The clubs to me are almost identical in sort of a lot of aspects. But I feel like
Adelaide.
Adelaide have taken our place.
Adelaide have prioritized on-field performance and identity, and Glory have prioritized off-field identity and performance.
Absolutely.
You've looked at Glory doing stuff like building new facilities, doing all of this kind of stuff, doing all these programs. And yes, they're building off the pitch identity, but what have we seen on the pitch to show for it? Absolutely nothing. Whereas you look at Adelaide.
This is harsh because I'm not saying that like our players don't want to win, but you look at the way Adelaide play and every single player there looks hungry.
Yeah.
Well, they were relentless even in the latter part of the game.
Here's the thing. As an Adelaide player, how can you not feel an incentive to want to play and perform well? Because another thing that I wanted to address as well, obviously with Ross, we have the links to, Catania being the most obvious one, but also teams in Dubai.
Al Attifaq.
Al Attifaq in the UAE second division, and Catania in Serie C.
Yeah.
He's coming, by the way.
But then you've got Adelaide, who have working partnership with Heracles, who they've just sold Kikianis to for $7 million.
Partnership with PSV as well.
And a partnership with PSV.
Did they actually sell
$7 million?
Is that
I don't think they've sold him yet.
Well,
that's the fee that's being discussed.
That was the fee that's being discussed.
Yeah.
$7 million to Heracles.
Yep.
And a pathway to PSV fucking Eindhoven.
Yeah.
So how can you not be motivated as an Adelaide player to want to prove yourself when you see all these top class players that are coming through the academy? Mo Torre, Iran Kunda, Joe Gauci, now Kikianis as well. All these players that are getting really good. Even Stephen Hall being another one who went straight from Adelaide to Brighton.
Yeah.
You're seeing all these players coming through that are getting heaps and heaps of attention from these big clubs. Why would you not be motivated to come through? And I know that in Glory, we're starting to see that now with the likes of Benny, Palella, Pierman all going to QPR. We're seeing players going to Sweden. We're seeing like all this kind of stuff. But what have we actually sort of given these players as like a building block to actually put our faith and trust in?
The environment has been crap.
The environment has not been good enough for our young players. But I feel like Adelaide are so strong in sort of building that culture around wanting their youth players to replicate what they are in the first team. In terms of their NPL squads, that's always been what we see. What you see in the youth teams is mirrored with what you see in the first team. What you see with the first team is mirrored in what you see in the NPL. The Glory don't do that. It's almost like two separate entities. Yes, you have players from the NPL that come up to the Glory first team, but you never go to the NPL games with the Glory and say, oh, this guy's going to be in the first team. Oh, I can't wait for him to be in the first team. It's just like, oh yeah, NPL team's good this year.
Bro's just clip farming.
But there's no identity for.
I can't make a point, bro.
No, but there's no identity. That's what I'm saying about my earlier point regarding Stan. It's like, well, what is the club's identity as a whole? What are we wanting to strive for? Because with Adelaide, it's always been youth development, and we want to play an attractive brand of football. Us, it's been like a complete mismatch in philosophies with coaches. Yeah. And it's like our recruitment's kind of been all over the place if you think of it in that perspective.
One year it's youth recruitment, then next year it's some power.
It doesn't make any sense. So this is what I'm saying about Stan and the club. It's like you've got to come to
I thought like 15 minutes ago we were saying Stan's done nothing wrong.
No. In the sense of broader speaking, and it's a fundamental point. We've got to have a stronger identity, and it's something that our viewers were also raising as well, that we need to have an identity, and we're seeing it also on the pitch, that there is a mismatch. And what we saw with Adelaide, because we might as well get into the game, their football was outstanding.
I just wanted to point out, sorry, because we're talking about the Fortress stuff and how big it is. Like, Adelaide had a bit of a rocky start to the season.
They did.
But they've had 9 games at home. I think we've had similar.
We've had 10 games at home.
Right.
And they've had 10 as well.
Okay. So they have won, I think, they've won 6 games at home.
They've had 6 wins, 1 draw, 3
losses. And we've had 3 wins.
1 draw, 6 losses.
Yeah, we've literally done the exact opposite. Yeah. But that's where we used to be, We wouldn't win every game at home, but geez, we'd put up a fight. The losses they've had was to an informed Brisbane. That really weird Central Coast game. I don't know what the hell happened there.
An anomaly.
Yeah. And then the Jets. Yep. So 2 of those 3 are like fairs, because Brisbane were the best team in the league for like a month, and for some reason.
Yep.
And then the Jets beat them, right?
Yep.
Whereas our losses are very much like, really?
But it's like
fans
are
Mariners,
but fans are okay with it.
Sydney.
Just hold on, fans are okay with it because we're competitive.
Are we? Not anymore. Before we were.
Not anymore.
I must admit, like, I know you could say Stadge season, but the last time I truly felt I was at a Glory game through and through was the Masso Park.
Yeah. I haven't felt it since Masso.
Every single team would come there and shit the bed.
It'd be a different ball game, because they wouldn't look like the team that you've been watching all season. They'd be a completely different team, because
you'd have Ryan Williams cracking shots off of molehills.
David
finding
Williams,
the top corner. You'd have prime David Williams at the age of like 39.
Yeah. We are
Jacob Dowse becoming Roberto Carlos for like a month.
We are the Grimsby of the A-League. Come to the Molehill Park. Yeah. See how you do.
The Fortress.
But the thing about like identity, I feel like a big part of Glory's identity is winning games at home.
Oh,
and scoring lots of goals.
West versus rest.
Yep. Because what's the most amount of goals we scored in one game this season? 3, right? Against Mariners?
Yes, 3. Against Mariners and City, yeah.
What happened to us scoring like 4 every game at home?
Yeah.
Because
been a long
we
time.
could never figure out how to do it sustainably.
I miss Chris Harold.
Because if we're looking at it, let's say with Stadge, it was like we would score goals, but it was often at the expense of teams scoring just as many.
Regardless, it was more fun. You know what I mean?
That's, but I'm not. I know, but this is what I'm saying. It's like sustainably, we've not been able to crack it. And then with Griff, he's obviously wanted to prioritize being defensive. I didn't mean crack in that sense, but
at the end of the day, yes, if you get the results, that matters, right? But if we're scoring one goal every game and it's just boring.
Griff's game model is not sustainable, and now it's completely collapsed. Like I think we're at that point now, and touching on the game because we've been going for about 47 minutes. We've not even touched the game yet.
We haven't even started on the lineup.
Oh yeah, thoughts on the lineup? Yap sesh.
I love how we said before this episode started.
It's going to be quite a short one today, lads. We are now nearly an hour in.
Not. Lineup. What do we think?
I mean, bit dead.
Okay.
Like, as in, like, what? To be fair, what?
Bro, you ask us this every fucking week. Like, who else do we start?
It's part of the podcast, you fuckwit.
We talk about Perth Glory every fucking week.
What is talking about Perth every week?
What am I supposed to say? Oh, I'd rather Tom Lawrence start. No. He's not fucking available.
Because there is a genuine question here. Why was Despo dropped over Osler?
Why was Collar not starting? Why was Sulla not on the bench?
Yeah.
Why was Tom Lawrence not starting?
Okay, we should have had Sulla on the bench.
Yes.
Despo on the bench, fair enough.
Why?
But because you start Collar. I don't know
Okay, no, fair, but not over Osler.
That's the question. Why?
No. I would have had Collar on the left, Kucharski on the right, same front two of Taveri tagged.
I don't think Collar's a very effective player to start.
I don't care.
No, he's quoting what I said.
I'm joking.
No, but it doesn't make sense that you would have Osler to start.
You know what you just looked like? You looked like with a chance of meatballs. Like the animation where they just go.
Flintlock.
Yeah, you literally just look. You use the flintlock with the.
So, but it doesn't. Okay, look, because props to Labib, he got the start because Zach was initially going to start, but I think he had picked up an injury during the week, so he got the
I
start.
thought Riley Fox got injured, but he was on the bench.
Yeah.
We thought, it was at the NPL game, but
we got told he had an injury.
Seemingly he's all right.
Riley feck.
But why is Griff persisting with Trent as a winger? It's like, why did he find out what we've already been saying for the past few seasons, and then he subs him off in a humiliating fashion straight after we concede?
It's not fair on him, man.
It's not fair. That's
Stop
what I'm saying.
Embarrassing the poor kid.
Yeah.
Like, he's... Sorry. I'm interrupting every one of your segments for the next 3 weeks. Right.
Will, please continue.
Sorry, Will. I'm sorry.
Don't fucking interrupt me. No,
I'm going to crack you.
Whoa.
Yeah. He's clearly not designed to play as a winger, at least in this system.
No.
Right? Like, this, he could be a winger in a different system, maybe, when it doesn't require much pace. It's more of like a build-up play kind of
just let him be more defensive. That's where he's
he's a fullback at heart. It has to be. And he played really well at fullback on those away days that we went on, you know? Like, I just don't get... I'm very lost.
Honestly, at the moment, I'd consider starting him over Shamoon.
I probably would.
May as well.
That's a fair call.
I probably would.
That's the thing. But it's humiliating for Trent in that we knew that this wasn't going to work, and then Griff subs him off.
Was that 27th minute, I think it was?
27th or 30th minute, around
30th.
that time.
It was 30.
Yanked him.
Just yanked him off.
Yeah.
It's like, I've seen enough.
It's like it's
thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's humiliating, and he didn't even change the shape afterwards when Despo came on. It was like, Despo, I now want you to perform the same role that you're not doing quite well at. So good luck.
Was it on the right?
Left.
He went on the left, didn't he?
Yeah, because JK was on the right.
No, for sure. But because when we play on the right, he can't play on the right. It's not his position.
But again, it's like you know,
this is
square pegs, round holes. So
playing Lockie Wales at fullback, but not on the right, and on the correct side of the field. Like, what are we doing?
What the fuck were we doing?
I don't know. On the game, I thought there's it's like those Sunday league games where you're playing against one of those top sides, and it's just get the ball quickly, but there's no real method, and then you lose it. Then
it's not even a top side. Then is it?
Like, no, but a team that's better at playing football than you.
Yeah, fair.
I don't think I saw Adelaide give the ball away once poorly, like from a misplaced pass or.
They were awesome on the ball, and it was
like
just
as soon as we got the ball, we just like make one or two passes, misplaced, just sloppy.
Or hoof it long. Hope Tags can pull off a miracle. So yeah,
and we'd be fighting for possession for like 5 minutes, and then we'd get it, and then we just give it away stupidly.
And it's like you know how the move is going to end, and it's like it's going to be a long ball, or it's going to be a sideways pass, or a backwards pass. There's going to be no one that breaks the lines. There's going to be no combination play, and the move falls on its ass. Juan Manith's goal from the free kick if you watch the replay back, as I wrote down, Alagic gave the ball to, I think it was Ryan White, and then he drifts behind Tavia, and then because Diabriu and Freeney are already marking players, there's this nice gap for Alagic to drift into.
Yeah.
He gets the ball, and then both G and Will
Smart
go,
football,
oh shit.
Because it's two midfielders.
Yeah, and then it gets brought down, and then, look, it was a decent free kick from
The
Munif,
save made it look a more top corner than it actually
but
was.
it's fair to say surely that Sutton surely could have done better.
Oh,
than
yeah,
that.
I did forget about that when I said, why is everyone so harsh on Sutton?
Yeah,
that
but like,
was-
I mean, to be fair,
yeah.
you can argue his positioning could have been better because on that angle, he's not going to go. Very unlikely he would have the technique or ability to go the other goalpost, the other side.
Yeah.
Because it'd be very difficult to even get that much curve on it to go the other direction. So he's obviously going to go far post.
Yep.
So you would maybe move a few steps towards that side because it's pretty obvious as where he's going to go.
Yep.
Or at least position yourself more centrally instead of all the way more to... Yeah, I don't know. That always kind of interests me about goalkeepers with free kicks. They always position themselves like not in the center. Like I understand like in the Premier League when the players are that good that they can put the ball anywhere they want to put it. But in lower leagues, like it's not like the players are like there's not Kevin De Bruyne on the free kick. You know what I mean? Like it's not like he's going to be able to whip it anywhere you want to put it.
No, but it's more just the case of them having to get it up and over the wall. They can't exactly just slam a straight shot, whereas they can do the far post. You have to protect your far post.
That's what I'm saying. So like that he should have been more protective of that far post, and he wasn't. He was more protective of near post. And it's like, well, why?
Yeah.
It's much harder to score at the near post because of the wall. So why are you so protective of that side? He's not going to go there, obviously. So
Any other thoughts on the goal?
I mean,
shut up, Josh. Right.
He should have.
No.
He
should have.
He should have saved it.
Cheers.
Fair. Yeah. Moving on. I thought that.
What is that?
Our decision making and our execution very poor.
Someone say execution.
Yeah. No, but this is the thing. It's like when Glory released their training footage to accredited journos, you often see Gloria doing the same kind of attacking drill, and it's usually like a counter attack kind of
3v none.
Yeah, and it's like it's those fast counter attack kind of drills that implies that we're already in the box.
Yes, we're not even getting there, bro.
Yeah, we're not even getting there. Yeah. The irony was Adelaide had 16 touches in our penalty box. We had 30 in theirs.
I felt like we got touched a lot more times in our penalty box, bro. I can't lie.
Yeah.
But that was the thing. It was like there was a moment where Will Freeney made a good run in the left inside channel, and then he could have cut the ball back to Taggart, or if he whipped the ball around, it could have gone to JK, but ended up going to no one. So
The fuck are you laughing about now?
everything at this rate. We good?
He's laughing at me. It's okay, guys.
Fairs.
You said in left inside channel, and I just got the TV and turned it off because you said channel.
Oh, you fucking child. Well, I'm sorry, but we're going to have to talk about tags.
Yeah.
Yippee. Defend him, please.
No.
Tell us we're wrong, please.
Oh, but if Taggart gets a one-on-one, then he'll score.
Okay. Tell me what your opinion of Taggart is. Go. I'll tell you whether I'm going to defend it.
I think he's a declining asset.
Okay, I agree.
Because and no one is going to disagree with that.
No.
Because the stats prove it, the performances prove that.
Correct.
And I know again he's not getting a great deal of volume, but a large reason why we're not making the finals this season is because Taggart's only scored 3 goals and not been good enough.
Correct.
So
if that's your opinion, I agree.
So that and it's like it doesn't shock me that he missed a chance like that. So
it's getting to a point now where it's like, oh my gosh, no way he missed that. It's like, oh,
every game.
It's like, okay,
every game, and it's like I know that he's got his contract coming up at the end of the season, and it's not all fair. It's not fair to only blame it on
I think
tags.
you can also say that maybe that's a bit harsh that saying he should have scored that, he missed that, but we've seen what he can do, and that's why we're being so harsh on him.
But what he can do is now becoming an irrelevant talking point because we're not seeing that at all.
He's not wrong though.
No, I agree because it's like,
but I'm sorry because it's like we saw it. He had a great.
Stephen Curry.
Don't tell me what. Don't show me what Adam Taggart was. Or don't tell me what Adam Taggart was. Tell me what Adam Taggart is.
That's because that's the thing. You're going to be giving. His contract is coming up, and he's going to be wanting an extension of some form. He's going to want to end his career in Perth. But it's like if you're evaluating his performances, not considering that his name is Adam Taggart and what he's done in his career, but you're evaluating purely the performances, would you really want to be renewing that?
He's turning into Beto.
Okay.
As in
Disrespect to Adam Taggart on my timeline.
right.
But it's
I think even under Zrillick, he wasn't that bad.
What did
For how
Beto
bad
do wrong?
Driller Ball was.
I was
think-
going to elaborate.
He's been poor for
Yeah,
poor
but
for
I
some
just
time.
don't really feel like he fits Griff, like the way Griff plays.
But he's wait.
But the
shut up,
problem
you
is
two.
you can't build a team around a 32-year-old.
Well, Tags has just been on the decline for a few years now, and it's like,
I wouldn't say a few years,
but it is
now.
a few years.
2 years ago he had his prime.
Yes.
And then
18 months he hasn't been a good striker.
no, mate, he still scored 10 goals under Zrillick. I
Was
just
it-
think
was
he's
it-
going maybe the past
He's declining.
6 months.
He's declining.
I'm leaning more towards Josh here. Look, to be fair, okay,
Yeah.
20 goals to 10 goals is a drop-off, yes, but the quality of the squad between his 20-goal season and the 10-goal season went down
It
significantly.
Oh,
right?
yeah, it did,
and
yeah,
there was
in
a
part,
lot of issues behind the scene. We went from a squad
Yes,
that played
yep.
perfectly to his strengths under Stajic to a squad that couldn't be any less built for Adam Taggart to thrive.
He
Now-
was a product of environment. Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now we have a squad that is as good as it's been since Popper in terms of personnel.
paper,
On
yes,
paper,
yeah.
since Popper. But what we also have seen is that now Tags is making individual mistakes that he just hasn't done since he's returned to the club. Okay? That is where I think it is more of a case of this is an issue that has only come about in the last 6 to 12 months.
He's getting it. He's getting this problem now because what we're seeing and the data proves it. He has been having an uptick in. Well, because I'm a
There's
nerd,
too many
Josh.
stats in the world.
Fuck you, Griff. He has been getting the quality of chances. The
Cliff it.
quality of chances that he has been getting has improved and increased this season.
I agree.
Last season, what he was getting and what he was operating at was below average, and
This is why he's better.
He was having to pull up a fair bit of trees.
Yeah.
But his ability to finish, that has dropped over the last
Yes,
few years, and
100%.
even this season when he has been getting more chances.
Yeah, but
it hasn't been at
I
the level
said
that we need.
this like the past 2 episodes. When he first came, he was struggling to finish.
Was he?
Yes, he was. No, you don't. Oh, for fuck's sake.
No, I'm just.
it wouldn't have been funny until you went.
No, but I just knew you were going to fucking make a joke
I
about
literally
it.
wasn't. I was like, wait, and I'm like, yeah, let him land on this point, bro. Like,
No, but when we first signed him,
Yes.
he was looking a bit shaky. He wasn't.
He was rusty because the season in
looking
Japan
rusty.
had finished for a
Yes.
few months, and so he was having to build his form within a Zadkovic side that wasn't really creating chances as.
But I
Perth.
just think he's going through a rough patch.
Yeah, he's a cracking player, but he struggles to finish. Yeah.
you need to stop. Honestly,
It's-
like, no,
but
like on a real, grow up. Like, honestly.
Oh,
Alex.
wait, okay, but since
Alex.
but
you had your head down there for like 20 minutes. Shut up.
But on Tags though, because it is obviously going to be a fairly emotional discussion because everyone does love Tags and he's a massive fan favorite
I'm
and he's
going
a
to cry.
Yeah,
Yes.
and it's like for a large part of the last few years, people have gone to games literally just to see Tags.
Yes.
Because
yeah,
he's been
literally.
he's been the only quality player that we've had.
He's
If
the
you,
poster boy.
if you ask a casual around Perth who maybe like loosely follows the Glory, they won't know any of their players. But you say Adam Taggart, they'll know who
name
Adam
recognition,
Taggart is.
boom.
If
Straight
you
off
said
the
to a
bat.
bunch of casuals, who's the Glory's best player? Oh, probably Adam Taggart.
Look,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think, yes, he's gone through a rough patch. He's 32. Yes, he's aging. He's not fucking David Williams. He's not 37. I think he's given so much to the club. The least you can do is give him a 2-year extension.
No, absolutely. I don't think there
I
should be a
think
question about
let
giving him an
let
extension.
play here till he retires.
Yeah,
You've got
absolutely.
it. That's the least we can do.
I
He's
agree.
given so much to the club.
I agree on that. But what I also look, if the prospect is that Adam Taggart maybe cuts his wage by half or a little more than half so that we can fit under the new 3 million hard cap if it does come in, or even just to help with reboosting the squad just by getting a little extra cap space, absolutely, you give him that contract extension, you let him retire here, you give him whatever job he wants at the club after he retires.
Blood.
However, right, what my issue is that if that is going to be the case where we're going to give him a 2-year contract on the basis that he's a club legend, he's a marquee name for Perth fans, and that he is a player that has to retire here, we also need to accept the fact that he is past his prime, and he is going to be past his prime for the next 2 years. Even if next season we reignites...
Yeah, but you don't
hold
drop
on.
off that much.
No, just listen.
Yeah, no, I agree with Josh.
Even if he reignites his form next year, even if something clicks, you need to have an adequate backup plan.
Oh,
okay?
yeah, 100%.
And what we've seen is that even though we've brought in a player to be a backup plan in Suleimani, for
and
some reason,
and JK as well.
and JK, for some reason, we trust neither of them to lead the line.
Yep.
Which is bad, really, really bad. Because if a player is out of form, you need to have something.
There shouldn't be immunity for Tags on the pitch.
I said it last week again. It's a bit of a stupid point because it's a dumb comparison, but I'll say it again, right? Man City, when Haaland is out of form, okay,
Yes.
they don't just
here we go.
hold on.
Let him
Listen.
finish.
When Haaland was out of form, he went 3 games without scoring. All right, Pep dropped him for Marmoush for 3 games, and Marmoush scored in every single game. Haaland then came back in, and now he's firing again. Okay, Adam Taggart, doesn't matter how good he is not hitting his mark. He's either tired and needs a rest, or he's out of confidence and needs a bit of hunger. All right. The way you reinstill that hunger, take him out of the lineup, give the young promising player Suleimani an option to get back into the team. Okay, he gets back into the team and performs well. Taggart knows he has to fight for his place. He gets back in the team and he doesn't perform well. Taggart's now rested and can come back in and perform at his full best, knowing that someone here needs to lead the line. Taggart needs to be a leader in this team. We've seen that he has those leadership qualities. He needs to show it again because right now he's coasting around. He's being a passenger in terms of pressing. He's being a passenger in terms of his finishing. He is not being the leader in the front line that we need him to be.
Well, this is the first season we haven't had David Williams, so he hasn't really had any senior competition.
Should have been Kaczarski.
So
Yeah.
But if we give him a 2-year extension or whatever, some sort of extension, mark my words, he's going through a rough patch. You can bookmark this.
Yeah,
Next season, he'll be clicking again.
I agree.
Why?
Mate, he's just going through a
it's
rough patch.
Adam
What do you
Taggart.
not understand about this guy? 6 months ago, was playing for the
why.
Socceroos.
I'm not denying the rough patch, but tell me why you specifically think things are suddenly going to change next season. What's suddenly going to change?
Okay, and I've got a point that maybe you'll agree with here, right?
Yeah.
Taggart is a very high level, like in terms of his career. He's had a very good career for an Australian
Yes,
striker,
he has.
right? Is one of the better ones we have
That
seen.
shouldn't be in dispute.
Especially as a Perth boy,
Yeah.
right? I think, and this is not a dig against anyone particular, I mean, it kind of is, but he's used to a high level of
That's
competency
fair, yeah,
from the management.
Yes.
He's used to good tactics, good environment, good training, good this, good that, right? He's not been getting that for the last 2 years.
Yes.
He's been stuck in a hole
You can
of
say that,
just
yeah.
incompetency and arse.
Like, okay, let's say he went to Korea right now, he'd be scoring again.
If he went to Melbourne City,
he'd be scoring.
he'd be scoring. 100%.
Because there is just quickly, and then I'll let you finish. There is the broader argument that if you put our attacking players into, like, let's say Newcastle or Adelaide's team, they will perform. But if you put their players into our system, they wouldn't perform. So
Absolutely.
So there definitely is the argument
You
for
give Taggart
environment.
a competent team to play with, and like as in tactics that set him up, as in like. Because I can only imagine as someone who's from Perth who wants to give everything he can to the club and he's been stuck in the shit for the last 2 seasons with Dave and Griffo now. Someone who doesn't know how to be a manager in Dave and someone who can't say more than 5 words at a time in Griffo. I'd just be, my head would be gone. Like, I'd be so confused. Like as someone who's come back here before again, and you're used to seeing Perth as this fortress club who's proud and full of, life and excitement. You come back and it's like, what is this?
Yeah. I completely agree with that. It's the same thing I said with when you have a top quality manager, like let's say Guardiola. You can't take Guardiola and put him at Newport County and expect him to win everything at Newport County. Because the best managers need the best players.
Yes.
The best players need to be coached by the best managers.
Correct.
You get to a certain point where it's not about, let's do all this training so you can improve as a player. When you go professional, you've got all the basics down pat. You're ready to hit your peak. You hitting your peak is down to the system that you play in, the tactics that you're under, the teammates that you have around you that are able to play off of you or give you the best service. That's why you could take Ryan Fraser and Martin Boyle, put him in Sydney FC or put him at the Jets, they'll get you fucking 25, 30 goals a season across all comps. You put him in our team here, you could put Martin Boyle in our team tomorrow. I guarantee you, between now and the rest of the season, he'd have maybe 2 or 3 goals.
Yeah.
I agree.
At most.
So this is this
system.
So
with Griffo,
this brings us to that ultimate question of we probably, and unless anyone's going to object, I'm not extending Griff's contract.
It's not even a question.
We've got to be going for, if we're wanting to get the best out of Tags, you've got to go for a manager that absolutely spams it in terms of volume.
This is just unfortunate for Griffo in the fact that we've just come off a very scathing, burnt experience with Dave.
Yes.
So we're not willing as a fan base to give another manager with poor results as of recently.
Or an assistant coach turned head coach.
another chance.
Yep.
We're done with that. We're not doing it again. We don't want another wasted preseason and then we sack him 2 or 3 games in the season. We don't want that. I would so much rather. This is not because I don't think he's capable, maybe with the right time and management. He just needs. We need a fresh slate, fresh preseason, a competent manager. I don't care where this manager's been, where he's from, as long as he's been doing it for a decent amount of time and he's proven he can manage a team at an A-League level. Bring him in.
Because I think it would...
Welcome, Tony
And
Vidmar.
I think as well what helped with like prime tags under that Stadge season, we brought in Stadge really early and you saw from the start...
We bought Stadge in August.
Yeah, but like pre-season.
Midway through pre-season.
Yeah,
but you still gave him...
You still gave him pre-season.
And he had players that finished.
And you saw in pre-season that tags like against Macedonia scored 4 goals.
Yes, he did, yes.
He was looking like the sharpest I'd seen him since we'd signed him.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think if you give these players a belief before the season starts, I feel like that's what's cocked our season.
Well, this is the thing. If we have, let's say, a Graham Arnold, a Patrick Cisnorbo, Mark Jackson, if we can even get one of those managers that come into the club next season, and it can, because we need to find a way to stimulate tags. That's probably the no, not like that. Is in like to give him a little bit more incentive and a little bit more of a spark. In that sense, you have totally got it wrong. No, but we need to find a way to get him back to his old self.
I don't care. I'm clipping that and putting that on the TikTok.
Oh, that's fucking brilliant.
No,
we must find a way to stimulate him.
I think Taggart's a cracking player.
Anyone
just can't finish. We need to stimulate him.
We need to help him finish. Anyone got any ideas?
Let's stimulate.
No, we need
the one guy in the back corner.
Mate.
I've got an idea.
No, but
No, I don't think. I completely agree with Josh.
I usually skip this part.
Players of Adam Taggart's quality don't just forget how to be a striker.
Exactly.
Yeah,
of course not.
It's like riding a bike.
I just think he's been playing in such an awful system for the last 2 seasons. What is he supposed to do? Because I'm sure his morale is just through the floor.
Yeah.
Like, he's probably so low on confidence. You can see it with how frustrated he is.
Yeah.
Lots of when
He's
not
the
getting
heart of the
service he
club.
wants. He is, and he wants
Yeah.
to be here. That much is so obvious.
Yeah.
Right? And we're not rewarding him with anything other than just a bunch of, crap.
Yeah.
So I feel so awful for him. So I don't think there should be a question.
This isn't a Brandon Borello situation.
No, absolutely not. Like, for example, like Peter Crouch, right? Even when he was really old, he was still a competent striker in the right system. Like, he was slow, he was old, he didn't know, he couldn't dribble, but he would still finish the damn ball if you gave it to him in a good system, right?
He was stimulated.
Right.
Stimulate, yeah.
But yeah, look, I don't think there should be a question at all if for the right money Tag stays on.
Yes.
But the question is more so
Environment.
What are we going to do this offseason about the surrounding environment for these players?
Yeah.
What are we going to do about the staff?
coach? If you bring in a coach, I know I said last week that I wouldn't particularly be excited about Klomovsky. If Klomovsky came out and said I'm willing to put my life on the line for Adam Taggart, I'm all on board, because that's what we really need. We need
football as well.
We need a coach that is actually willing to build a system around our players and not force our players into a system that he has built.
Correct.
Yes.
That is where we've gone wrong, because no doubt Griffo, under the right team and under the right management with the right players, I think could be a very, very competent coach.
Like Arsenal.
Oh
like
my
just
God, stop.
10 at the back.
No, but I think with the right players and under the right sort of higher management, he could be a very competent coach. The only issue is that he's in a team that is not built for him, and the problem is with a hard cap season coming up and a lot of these players tied down on long-term deals, we can't afford to do another 15-20 player rebuild just to fit Adam Griffiths' thing. We need to keep this squad together. At most, maybe 3, 4, 5 additions, because there's going to be a lot going out, a lot of deadwood being cut. At most 3, 4, 5 players to add to this team. You need to find a coach that's going to be able to take those players and that team that you have set up and be able to go forward.
It's not impossible. Look at Mark Milligan.
Yeah.
Look what he's done with the Jets.
Look what he has done with the Jets. The signings of Eli Adams and then...
Eli Adams, by the way, was
Lockie
a
Rose,
reject.
Eli Adams, Lockie Rose, and then some players that have been brought in from the academy. Bert Oncello, Bert Alicio, Will Dobson. And they have gone gangbusters.
We've got to do something that we haven't done for the last 5 years, and that is get our head coach appointment right. And I know that's a no shit kind of moment, but Newcastle got it absolutely spot on. And that is something that we've got to do.
But also, when you
season.
ask him what he's done, he just goes, I'll let them play their game. He's not trying to force his ideology on them. He's letting the youngsters go, I think this is how we play.
His ideology
this
is
is what
one
we
that
said.
platforms them to begin
This
with.
is what we
Yes,
said.
yes.
Defensively,
Yeah.
they are strong.
Yep.
Defensively, you always need structure.
So-
It doesn't matter how good you are, you need structure.
So-
Midfield, he's got
So-
structure. He's got the picks right. But
Hey,
for the
Socrates,
attackers,
it's okay, yeah.
for the attackers, he lets them play their game.
I've
That is
gotta
what
get
we're
back
not
into the
doing.
game.
Yeah, we're going for nearly
No
an hour and a
one
half.
cares.
Okay, so again, I thought,
Back
so
to the starting lineup.
shut up. Our lineup, not our lineup. Our defensive shape was particularly shit this game. There was a DeCooley offside chance that he had, 26th minute. For their second goal, that was just Comedy Central defending. So again, that came from them.
The Comedy Central.
That came from then finding Johnny Yule in the middle of the park, and then Scott Wooden tried dribbling the ball out, and then sort of turned around. Ball deflects off Will Freeney.
I don't know what Woods was thinking there.
I don't know what he was thinking either.
He's like the most if in doubt, get it out type
Yes.
of defender, and he decided to play Ronaldinho. And I
Yep.
was like,
And
all
then
right.
Ryan White, he slipped in Jovanovic, hit it straight at Sutton, and then it was an absolute thunder bastard from
fair
Johnny
good
Yule.
save to start, and then nothing you can really do. But also just a horrible closing down for the second
Yep.
effort. Second ball has to be yours after the save, and you just don't even bother. Like,
Yep. And then, any thoughts on the goal, or just want to move on?
no, it was just ass.
move on.
It
Sure.
was-
It was all ass.
There isn't like a whole lot of analysis there. It was just Wooden decided to turn into Prime Dino, and then turned out he was actually Scott Wooden.
Yep.
And then that's it.
Yeah.
Sutton did a decent save, and then there's just no energy from the defense to get the second ball.
Yep.
Because at the very least, you get the ball and then you just boot it as hard as you can. You don't leave it. Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the 47th minute for Adelaide's third goal,
my God.
the foul on Tavia, it was a bit of a soft one, but either way, Adelaide transition. I thought Shamoon was caught way too high and out of position. So yeah, as I wrote
Yep.
down, 4v3, simple tap in for Jovanovic. Yes.
It shouldn't have been a tap in
Go on.
because a certain someone left their man wide open for a tap in, even though the guy with the ball ran into the bar line.
Okay, I'm
stop,
not going to...
stop.
That was on Libid.
Had someone chasing him. All that player with the ball had was a cross into the box because he was running towards the bar line. There was someone
Yep.
already chasing him.
Yep.
If you cover the man in the middle and get in front, all you have to do is just boot it clear when that ball comes in because there's only one man to pass to in the box
Yes.
anyway.
Yep.
But instead you run and dive in like a headless chicken and leave him wide open for a tap in.
I think Labib was
I think he
valid
just
in that.
panicked.
I think Shamoon's not doing enough to get back there.
No, I'm not
Sharman
saying it's
needs to
just
get-
Labib's fault, but also Labib has to take the blame for a lot of that.
I don't think...
If he stays on his man, there's no tapping.
I don't think he does. I think that Wooden allowed him way too easily to get past him, and Labib did the right thing in going across to cover. I think Shamoon has to do better in getting back, and I think in the first place,
Collection
we
of
should have an
fuck-ups.
extra man in the midfield so they
Yeah.
can't make those kinds of uncontested
No,
runs.
I'm not disagreeing with that, but I'm just saying in that position, there was no need for Labib to run and do that. I think if he didn't do that,
Because some of his actions were a bit reckless. There was a moment where, for their free kick that they had in the second half,
Yes.
where he just came flying
and that,
through and
I
took
don't
out.
blame him for this because look, he's really trying to assert himself as a football player and show I want this, I'm here, I'm active, I'm doing what I can.
Yes.
Unfortunately, look, if he makes that decision and he manages to do a perfect slide tackle and it goes out for like a corner or a goal kick,
Yep.
we're all going to be praising him going, wow, what a brilliant tackle, great decision. But because it didn't work,
Yep.
and it turns out doing that left his man wide open for an easy tap in, it's like, oh, why would you do that?
Yeah, but here's the thing: is that if he stayed on his man, and then, for example, the player was allowed time to get an extra touch, and then Wooden gave away a penalty, we'd be saying, why is Labib not covering there? Why is Wooden having to make that tackle?
Yeah.
I think Labib was justified in going for that ball. I think he wasn't being
Yeah.
backed up properly, and I think that the defending I think the defensive effort from the boys in this game was particularly lazy,
Oh,
apart
shit,
from
it was,
Labib
mate.
and Wooden. I think Labib's being given a lot of criticism, which is fair.
Yeah, we
however,
can't be not criticised for a 4-0 loss.
exactly.
Yeah.
But I don't think that him and Wooden had legacy-defining stinkers.
No, of course not.
I
But
think-
Woods tried to dribble the ball out from the box, lad. Like, that's not defendable. I got nothing. You got 3 players around you. I'm not saying
clear it.
Oh yeah, just boot it
Yeah.
out, man.
Get
Just
it out,
kick
throw
it
it,
out.
throw it.
What
I can-
are you
I can-
doing?
I can at least defend Andriano in that case because that is what I would want to see my centre back doing, showing that sort of proactiveness.
Really?
Yes, because if you're in that last situation, right? You're in that situation. The most dangerous player is the man on the ball. You have to go there. And Woods wasn't.
No, because you've got the byline as a second defender.
No, Woods was beaten. He was done. You need someone to come across there and cover. And let's not forget,
Because
there was 2 Adelaide players forward that Labib was covering before he's gone to make that tackle.
Then he left them both wide open.
You need someone else back. I'm not going to put that on Labib because him and Woods got fucking 3v2.
No, I agree with you, but also, if you're not going to have that, then you can't just use that as an excuse because that's not the tactical setup. So you have to go with what you've got.
Yep.
And to do that when the tactics are, I'm not going to have anyone back, you stay put on the man in the middle. You use the byline as that second defender and you hope that the pressure that's being applied to the man with the ball is enough to make him skew the pass enough so you can clear it.
Fair.
That was a stupid decision.
So now,
I'm not saying it's his fault that we conceded.
No.
Because there was so many other factors that led to that
it was a
goal.
collective fuck up.
It was a collective, but also to say that it's not his fault at all, that's not true. Because
Now,
he shouldn't have left his man.
76th minute.
Yes.
Labib, there was the red card that VAR then spent 4 minutes trying to figure out if it was a red card or not.
It wasn't.
What the fuck was Sean Evans
watching
doing?
from the TV, I thought
It looked bad on the telly.
Initially, I thought, shit,
And I
he's in
understand
a
the
bit of
referee's
trouble.
positioning looked like it was really bad, but then on the VAR clearly showed there wasn't a whole lot
No.
going on there at all.
fucking karate chopped him.
Didn't even touch him, did he?
No,
No, I think it was the
Got
ball.
the ball.
Yeah,
Yeah, he didn't touch his face at all, and the guy went, "Ugh."
yeah, and whoever, played it up. So yeah.
Sniper in the stands.
Yeah, man.
The worst goal that we conceded, I thought, was the 4th one, just because of how Dizelle was able to dribble through the entire Glory team at ease. And then, again, like with pretty much the prior goals, Sutton got a hand to it, but still went in the back of the net.
Pop-a-dum.
So what do we think?
I'd turn the TV off by that point.
Dun, dun, dun.
Turn the TV off. Turn the TV off. Master.
No, look, again, that's you can't. That has to go on the defense, which would include Wooden and Labib, because he just dribbled through everybody.
It's too easy.
What are we doing?
Way too easy.
Like, you can argue that, hey, we take that shot because it's not like the most insane shot, and maybe the keeper can get a hand to it, and just either hold on to it or push it out for a corner.
Mm-hmm.
But then he doesn't do that.
Yeah.
But like, it just feels like the basics of defending were forgotten.
Big time.
You know, you get the ball, if you're under pressure, you just boot it out, not try and dribble it like Woods. When someone's running towards the bar line, you don't leave your man in the middle and run towards and try and stop it. You stay put on your man so there's no easy tap in, and you try and clear it when the ball does come in. It just feels like the basics were just forgotten. You know, you let a man run through your 2-man midfield and get through, and then you're like, we didn't mark him, which again is not the basics of defending per se. It's an awful tactical setup. That leads to a free kick. They then concede from that. Like, it's just, there's so many holes you can poke through. It was almost like this was an exact example of what not to do when defending against this kind of tactical setup of like a press, high attacking display.
So
this is what not to do.
So, sorry.
Yeah, you're right.
What this game has shown is without our 2 best players being Kaltak and Lawrence, we are absolutely shit.
Yes. But even with them, we lost awfully to the
but
Jets with Caltech for most of the game.
It hid how shit we were.
No, it just...
Loza hit offensively. Loza was hiding how much ineptness we had.
But what it proved was that our game model just can't scale. So it's not, even if we keep Griffo on for next season, there's no evidence that we're seeing so far from the sample of 15 games, because we've had our best players available and we've also had our best players not available. We've seen that this game model's going nowhere.
James, this wouldn't happen to be a new comment that I'm seeing, is it?
This is a new comment, sorry. It's from Muller, and it's kind of relevant. So he said, we are paying the price for appointing an unproven career assistant with 0 top-level managerial experience as head coach for the 2nd time in a row. In saying that, I'd like to welcome Hayden Fox as Perth Glory manager for the 2026-27 season. Hashtag One Glory.
It's going to be him or Andy.
Oh, my God.
I reckon we make Tony Sage our manager.
Oh.
I'm being so serious. I genuinely think Andy Keogh is going to be in the run for it.
That's a bit of a
He's
hot
still
take.
playing at fucking East Perth.
I know, but I swear I remember he was getting like his coaching license or something.
Yeah.
So,
Any final thoughts on the game before I do the player ratings?
No.
I mean, look, I think we've harped
we've-
on
we've-
this for a very long time. Apologies, viewers, if you're still here.
Yep.
Because this has been going on for a very long time.
Don't worry, Will. This will be our most viewed episode. As
I was going to
always
say,
is.
yeah, to be fair. But look, I mean, I think you've seen the head loss you've wanted so far.
Yep.
But like,
There may be further head loss with the ratings, by the way.
No, they won't.
No, is it?
oh no, what have the fans done?
Oh,
I do wonder what our attendance is going to be at our next home game.
Oh, it's not for another.
Melbourne City on a Sunday.
I'm so mentally
Sunday at 5
drained.
p.m.
I'm so over it, man.
Sunday 5 p.m.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be there.
Yeah, I'm probably not going to be there
I'll be
either.
at work, mate.
Yep. Okay, votes. Matt Sutton. You guys gave him a 2.6. We gave him a 2.3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fair.
Shabel Shamoon. You guys gave him a 3.2. We gave him a 2.3. Andriano Lebib. You guys gave him a 3.6. We gave him a 3. Scott Wooden. You guys gave him a 3.4. We gave him a 3.6. Sam Sutton. We agreed on this rating. You guys gave him a 3.5. We gave him a 3.5.
Yeah.
Gio Diabriu. You guys gave him a 4.2. We gave him a 4.4.
Yeah.
Will Freeney, you guys gave him a 3.7. We gave him a 4.4.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know about that.
The fan comments, you mean?
No, just like the massive separation between
The
Franny's rating
0.7.
and
Yeah.
yeah.
Luka Tavia, again, our man of the match with 24% of the vote. You guys gave him a 4. We gave him a 4.6.
That's awful, by the way. A 4.6 man of the match. That's diabolical.
He had one good pass. No, like he played well, but I'm saying like he had one really good pass, and I think that's why he got man of the match.
Really nice pass, to be fair.
Yeah.
But no one else was going to do it.
Yeah, no.
Because that's the closest we got to scoring.
Yeah. Adam Taggart, you guys gave him a 2.4. We gave him a 2.6. Jaden Kacharski, you guys gave him a 3. We gave him a 3.3. Trent Osler, you guys gave him a 2.1. We gave him a 1.9. Again, I think it was just disrespectful from Griff.
Yeah, no, like we can't rate Trent highly, but also it's not really his fault. It was just awful.
It's pretty
guy.
humiliating.
Yeah.
Seb Despotovsky, you guys gave him a 3.6. We gave him a 3.8. Steph Kolakowski.
6-7. Sorry.
Okay.
That was funny.
Steph Kolakowski, you guys gave him a 3.4. We gave him a 3.6. Nicholas Pennington, you guys gave him a 3.5. We gave him a 3.6.
Yeah.
Gabby Popovich, you guys gave him a 3.6. We gave him a 3.8.
Okay, I was just going to give 1 because people just love to do it.
Cal Timmins, you guys gave him a 3. We gave him a 3.1. And then Adam Griffiths. You guys gave him a 2. We gave him a 1.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah.
You can't lose 4-0 and get anything higher than that.
And look,
my only respect I have for him is he did in his post-match interview speak a little bit more than.
Bro, he said,
yes
"I learned nothing."
No,
How could you not be motivated?
he was
We're
saying,
playing football.
yeah. At least he said more than like 3 words.
No, what did he say? He was like, "They were alive."
yeah, he said that.
What does
What's
that
the-
even mean?
Where did it go wrong for you tonight, Adam? They were alive.
And then in the press conference afterwards, he was like, "What did you learn from this defeat?"
Nothing.
Nothing.
What was the what was the
brilliant.
it was what was the best thing you learned? And then he was like, I don't understand the question, or was like, your question's weird or something. Look, we're meeting with Adam Griffiths early next month.
Yes.
With the FRG.
Mhm.
So yeah. So
What should be said, do you think?
What happened?
Who are you?
probably just to ask him, where's the progression?
Yeah.
And are you going to admit that our problems aren't finishing per se, but actually our ability to create chances to begin with?
And remaining stimulated.
Yeah, remaining stimulated. There you go. Brisbane away.
Brisbane away.
That's
Brisbane away.
next. So,
Oh, this is going to be the worst game of football ever.
El Budo.
Yeah.
Oh no.
0-0.
Chris Long, lad's gonna fucking score 3 goals.
at KO Stadium,
Way.
can we get some thoughts and predictions?
0-0, 3 red cards.
Same 0-0 as well. Yeah.
Nah, Chris Long, hat-trick, lad.
Right.
Yes.
3-0, we're gonna lose 3-0.
Nah, Chris Long will probably bang one in and, I don't know, to the SD kid. She's loving Martamina. Like, she'll do. Yeah.
Laugh, you gonna get the chopper on your lap?
Yeah.
Get the tunes on.
Nah, but for real, I think it'll be like a 1-1 draw. I think it's going to be a very, like, a midfield type of game. Lots of push and shove, lots of, anger.
Yep.
I think Tags will be a bit more fired up because, it's a former team.
Mm.
I think it's going to be a lot of push and shove from the defence when he's going to get a bit pissed off.
Chance Lawrence may be involved because he'll be returning to training this
okay.
week.
Well, that
Honestly,
makes
I'd
a
rest him
difference.
again.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's probably going to get bashed by the Brisbane players.
Yeah, I wouldn't play him against this team. If we want to think, look, as much as a fan who likes to watch winning football,
Yep.
I hate saying this, it's now time to start thinking about next season.
Exactly.
It's time to be making sure that all of our star players are fit and ready and happy to come back next season. And I think making sure Tom's priority in terms of his fitness and health is number one right now.
We haven't even extended his contract.
No, but
That's assuming
we
keep
need
him.
to be working on it now and making sure there's actually a player to give a contract to and he doesn't get injured again to the point where there's no point re-signing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we need to be focusing on his fitness along with tags and like our key players for next
Don't worry
season.
though, guys, because we're only 4 points off of the 6.
No, it's more than
Sorry,
that.
5. Sorry.
No, it's more than that now because we lost to
4.
Adelaide.
We're 4 points off of
Are
top
we
6.
actually only 4 off the 6?
serious?
Yep.
Yeah.
This league's arse,
But there's
bro.
also a chance we could be second last by the end of the round.
Oh, yes, I see, yeah.
And the Central Coast also have 2 games in
Phoenix, City, and Victory all have
If
a game.
we could be last
and
by
the
the end of the
Mariners.
round.
You
James.
sure?
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh,
'cause
we could.
Western have a game in hand, and they're 3 points behind us, but equal on goal difference.
That is
currently.
true.
So if
But
Western
Central-
Sydney win,
Yeah.
and the Mariners win
we're
or get a
bottom.
draw,
The
we're
Central Coast are
bottom.
playing Western Sydney though. But I know that. But after the game in hand, obviously, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but the Mariners have 2 games in hand.
yeah, you have 2. Obviously.
So if the
Yeah.
Mariners, if the Wanderers win and the Mariners draw their next game,
Yeah.
like after
Oh
the
no, yeah,
Wanderers
we're rooted.
on MacArthur on
Yeah.
Wednesday,
Yeah.
then we're bottom
Okay.
again.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
3 in a row, baby.
Yeah, 1 spoon to rule them all.
Was it 3 or 4 in a row?
3.
Or is it 4 of the last 5?
4 of the last 5.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Oh.
fair,
We're back, guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
The boys are back in town.
Yeah. I think the Brisbane game just done that finally. Yeah.
Yeah, I think 1 will draw, personally. I think Tags might get 1. But it'll be like a shitty little ping pong ball around and it'll just be scrapped in, and then Chris Long will do like a
Adam Taggart is big.
yeah.
I'm gonna go 1-0 Brisbane.
Fair. Chris Long.
D'Agostino.
Boo! Yeah, fair. That's a fair call. Oh, look, he kind of forgot Daggers was there.
I'm going to say 2-0 Brisbane, 1 from Daggers and 1 from Henry Hoare.
Oh, it's
Even
all
worse.
Nah.
Fuck.
If that guy scores against us again, I will lose my mind.
He's done it again.
He's.
Josh.
I already said Chris Long hat trick, lad.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, that was like Scottish.
I was gonna say, why are you being Scottish?
I can't do that. Even though I am Scouse, I can't do it, man.
Scottish
I'm
lad.
blue.
So yeah, 3-0 or 3-1.
I'm not loving his demeanour.
What do you mean 3? I literally have said 3-0
Okay,
twice.
3-0. All right,
3-0 or 3-1.
3-0. Yeah.
Sorry, what, Josh? Was it 3-0 or 3-1?
Last week I also won the match prediction because I said we'd lose 4-2 and we lost 4-0, so even better.
So you were 2 goals off.
So you were wrong.
yeah, but I was the closest.
I was half right.
Well, actually, no, because James said 2-0, so he was only 2 goals off as well. In fact, no,
actually,
you were 4 goals. Wait, no, sorry, you were 2 goals off.
Whoa.
You were 2 goals off.
But also-
I'd say him assuming we concede 2 less is worse than you saying we'd score 2 more.
Yeah, I'd say on the ladder, if you concede more than you score, you'll go below. So, and James conceded 2 less.
Huh?
All right, it doesn't matter. It doesn't
Fuck
matter.
it.
You lose.
Any final points before we wrap up the pod?
No. I learned nothing.
Yeah, I learned nothing.
I learned about
and-
stimulation.
And I learned nothing, and I don't know if I can even say this. Oh, maybe I won't say it.
Just say it.
And Jacob Burns is right.
Honestly.
I don't know. There's probably going to be no one's going to actually understand that, but
Honestly, bring him in.
Well,
back some way. I've been begging for him to come back to the club
I
in
just
some
don't
way.
think he wants to come back. I think
He got burned pretty bad from when the ownership took over. I can't lie. Like, they full on disrespected him.
Yeah. Disgusting.
and I just think at
Even
least
though he's a former Socceroo. Like,
Yeah.
it's not like he doesn't even fit the caliber.
well, I just hope for the players that they can end the season with as high a note as possible, because I think finals is pretty much done.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So
I think if we're being realistic, we'd be lucky to finish 9th.
Yeah.
I actually had a
Yeah.
question about this, and I don't know if anyone knows the answer to this. You know how in the Premier League you get money based on where you finish?
Yeah.
Is it like that in the A-League? Do you get more money if you finish 13th?
There's not a
or
lot.
9th?
There's
I don't
not a
know.
lot that goes around. There's much more value in agents. But like, for example, for getting through the group stages of the ACL, Melbourne City got, was it $3 million? $2 million? $2 million.
Oh, that's pretty good.
$2 million for
Wow.
getting through the group
So it
stages.
is worth doing the ACL then.
Of course, it's worth
Well,
doing
then
the
why
fucking
was
Asian
everybody
Champions
saying that
League.
it's not worth it?
Because people are fucking stupid.
Oh, this whole thing is like.
And with the coefficient, with us possibly jumping
could be
China
another
in
one,
the
isn't there?
coefficient,
Yeah.
there's a potential third Asian Champions League spot up for grabs in Australia.
So then why was everyone saying it's not? Or was it the second A-League?
Maybe the second one,
Maybe it's the
maybe.
second one the Mariners were doing. So they were losing money
Yeah.
by competing in the second ACL.
But they weren't losing money by doing it.
I still don't understand when the Mariners won the treble, right?
Yeah.
They won so much like reward money, and they still lost money at the end of the season. They had a fucking cheap as chips
because
team.
they were bleeding coffers through the club, bro. Their ownership was cooked. That's why they had all these ownership problems this year.
Yeah.
They were bleeding money.
And
That's why they've been twerking for QPR to buy them.
And you had Mark Jackson and co departing.
Yes.
So, yeah.
That was a weird.
It was a weird season, but this is even worse. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us for episode 54 of the Back Four.
What?
Sorry. Oh my God.
What's going on?
Thank you for joining us for episode 54 of the Glory Days podcast. If you'd like to stay stimulated with us, then make sure you subscribe. We are now looking for sponsorships as well. So
Hashtag stimulation.
Hashtag sponsor the hashtag sponsor Glory Days.
Yeah.
Stay subscribed, turn on that notification bell, like the video, leave us a nice comment, helps us boost
Or a
us up
bad
the
one.
helps us boost us up the
dislike, comment, don't comment.
it helps boost us up the YouTube algorithm and everything. So yeah, interact with
even if you just comment
with our
something mean
videos.
about Alex, that's fine.
Yeah, honestly, please just comment something about me, please. Like honestly,
Can you guys
tell me-
please subscribe? I know I hate begging, but like then if we get 1,000 subs, we can monetize and not lose so much money on this
this
podcast.
costs us $70 per episode to record.
Yeah.
We're
need
losing like $2.5 grand a season.
We need money. Give me money.
Maybe we just set up like a Patreon.
Oh,
Don't
maybe.
fund me.
Well, I set up a Patreon for my own channel and I got cooked and
but
fried.
no one gives a shit. That's why. Like, who cares? Oh no, the Back Four podcast needs you.
Every single dollar we make in profit, we will donate it to charity.
No, we won't.
Which is buying
No, we
beers.
won't. No, we
Yeah,
won't.
right.
Yes.
The Buying Beers Foundation. That's
Yes.
brilliant, Josh.
Well,
Great banter.
Look,
led the way.
all the money that we do earn for sponsorships or anything, not that we earn anything currently, but anything that we do earn will be going back into production of this podcast. Like we said,
paying to the room.
yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
hopefully getting some better camera equipment. I would love personally to get a second camera.
What do you
but
mean?
that
Your
is-
broken iPhone is doing a great job right now.
that's
That's
James.
mine.
James is
That's
broken.
my
iPhone.
broken
Yeah,
iPhone.
cold.
my DJI that I can use one every 4 episodes.
How much should we'd have to pay Kolikovsky to come on the podcast?
Nothing. You do it for free.
$6.70.
I'll buy
End it now,
I'll buy
end
6 or
it.
7
You
beers.
just ruined that.
Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us for episode 54. We will be back after next week's episode against Brisbane. Potentially, we'll be joining you again from a familiar position, that being bottom of the table. But
No, don't say that.
we will wait and see after that. Thank you for all the engagement we've had in the past few weeks. Hopefully that continues, and hopefully you guys have been enjoying the episodes despite our pain and suffering. Plenty more to come forward after that. And until next episode, it is bye for now.
See you guys.
Bye.